We will now start with the next question. We will begin in Ward 4 with Ms. Moore speaking first, Mr. Neal speaking second, and in Ward 1, we'll have Mr. Diebold answering first with Mr. Miles following him. The question is this, and Mayor Sisson had alluded to this just a few moments ago. After consolidating services with Overland Park Fire Department 2 years ago, do you feel that this has been a good strategic move for the city of Merriam? Why or why not?
Yes, it's been a great strategic move. Our firefighters now have got more employment mobility options. Before, it was such a small staff that if they wanted to proceed through the ranks, you know, they were more limited, they left. Our service to our residents remains excellent. We also provide a needed service for northern Overland Park when they, we serve them too, so our neighbors in Overland Park now have, northern Overland Park, now have excellent service. It's been money savings. It's been a win-win completely. It's innovative. We own the equipment. We're getting ready to buy some more. The building is still there, so the response time is just as excellent when my neighbors have an emergency or when I've had one too. It's outstanding.
Very good. Thank you very much, ma'am. Mr. Neal, question to you.
Well, much as I hate to do this, I'm going to say I actually agree with pretty much everything you said. It's going to be a fairly short answer.
No more water for you.
Yeah. As a user of the old burn permits, the transition has not created any difficulty for us in continuing to burn the limbs from our 18 tree trees that we have to deal with from time to time. So, yeah, I pretty much, everything she said, I agree with.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Neal. Mayor Sisson, question to you, sir.
Well, this one I was very involved with as mayor. One of my best friends is the retired fire chief that preceded Mr. Payton back there. He and I had long discussions before he retired. Our concerns were the fact that our staff, the people that we saw moving up through the ranks, were moving on, and we were running a little thin. Not including former Chief Pate, but he was almost a standalone at the end there. But we saw that the department was small and was becoming more difficult to continue to find the proper resources to actually fund their needs because they were growing, and it made sense for us to look out for other options. So as we were thinking about the possibility of approaching Overland Park with this idea, as it turns out, they were actually thinking about reaching out to us with the same idea. And at the same time, even though we didn't know it. And when we met, it became obvious that this was the right thing to do. And we did it. It was almost a seamless operation, a transfer. All of our firefighters got more money. They got more opportunities. We got just a little bit higher level of fire service because of their resources. And it's been a great marriage between the two cities, and one I hope to see last for many years to come.
Very good. Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Diebold, question to you, sir.
You know, obviously this took place before I was on council, and hearing other people, in particular the mayor, how can it be a bad thing? Obviously, the residents of Merriam are getting serviced by a quality fire service, rescue. It benefited them, helped them with their northern territories, just like was mentioned before. So that's a no-brainer. That was a good thing that the city did.
Very good. Mr. Miles?
And I agree too. I really don't know much about it, to tell the truth. We need our firefighters, I know that. During one of the block parties, they came down and talked to the kids and showed them the trucks and stuff. It's a great opportunity for both sides, you know. But like I say, I haven't been on the city council, so I'm not aware of all that. But like the mayor said, it's a good thing. So I agree with you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Miles. Question to you, Ms. Newberg.
Well, it's pretty well been stated, all of the advantages of this merger. I would just say, as the mayor said, actually before this question was even stated, what a great and creative use of the merger of these two entities reaching out and sharing resources and seeing the advantages of two areas working together and using their resources to benefit both. And yes, obviously this is a really good thing that both of them saw those advantages and decided to work together and enhance both areas for each other. So yes, I'd say it was a very good decision for both.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
And because I have such longevity, I also served on a committee where we were looking at working with Consolidated Fire Number 2. So we tried to do this earlier because we were recognizing that we were going to have a real break. We weren't keeping the young firefighters and the elderly ones. Oh, there he is. I was looking for Mr. Payne, just so you know. So, and the ones with longevity they just were topped out. They couldn't go anywhere. So we had looked at it before, and the initial concern was, are they going to still give us the personal kind of service that we've been used to when we had our own homegrown folks? And Ms. Hupp and I often work on Arbor Day, and we go to both of the grade schools, and the fire department always comes and waters the new tree that Public Works has planted. And guess what? Overland Park still does that for us.
Thank you very much, ma'am.